In news out of the Federal Reserve, Fed Chairman Ben S. Bernanke said the nation's economic growth has been stronger in some areas, weaker in others. December's economic growth failed to meet expectations, and this has caused legislators looking for ways to cut the unemployment rate and to promote growth. A weak consumer confidence report triggered a slight backslide on Wall Street. Curiously, this came on the heels of news of rising housing prices. This marks the first improvement in 3 years. Meanwhile, economic experts are saying that the nation's economic slowdown does not signal the start of a recession. The report pointed to positive economic indicators like lower jobless claims and growth in the manufacturing and retail sectors. The dollar is also seeing a bit of a boost, while the euro is seeing a downslide following the news that the European finance ministers failed to devise a solution for the euro debt crisis. And in other news, on the European debt crisis, European leaders are pledging to protect its banks from the crisis and sent Asian and Australian stocks surging by as much as 4%. Japan's Nikkei, the South Korean Kospi, and Australia's S&P and Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index all saw notable gains. In other news out of Asia, officials are calling for improved efforts to control Chinese food and housing prices in an attempt to stabilize the economy and slow inflation. The Chinese government has taken measures to stem the economic bleed by boosting agricultural imports and tightening lending guidelines. Closer to home, the U.S. job market is showing slow but sure signs of recovery. The labor market strengthened as last quarter saw 63,000 new jobs and the jobless rate dropped to 8.6%. In addition, a surprise revision of jobless figures revealed that the last 2 months saw more than 100,000 more jobs than had previously been reported. Economic forecasters say the U.S. trade deficit grew slightly last month. Demand for American goods dropped amidst a slowdown in the worldwide economy. But oil saw gains thanks to increased demand amidst news of a drop in crude inventory. The Fed is also vowing to maintain low interest rates over the next 24 months. In Germany, leaders are vowing to move away from the nuclear power. German officials are planning to shut down nuclear power plants over the next 10 years as they work to stabilize their power grid and explore other power sources.